I hope people complain about how much story we have at the end of this.
Actually, that would be kind of awesome.
Yeah. That'd be the Reddit thread I'd like to read. Too much damn story.
Good afternoon, YouTube. What's going on? It's Mesa back at it with some Destiny 2 news. So, if you didn't already know, IGN's first for the month of July is Destiny 2. That's why we're seeing new gameplay, new interviews, and new stuff coming out nearly every day for Destiny 2, and the beta will be upon us next week. So let's go over an interview that hit today. I'm going to link the full thing in the description, but we're going to go through some of the juicy nuggets. Well, there's not much to talk about, to be honest. Watch the full interview in the description. It's an interview with senior narrative lead Jason Harris and cinematic lead Matthew Ward, and it's all about story, and how they're creating the story of a lightless world. Now, I put that intro clip in there on purpose, obviously, because of the fact that that's what they're trying to drive home, that there's tons of story in this game, and we all complain Destiny 1 really didn't have that much of a story, or at least the base game didn't. This is a map I put up. Well, I made a whole video on it maybe last week, I think. I don't know. I've made so many Destiny 2 news videos. But this is where a Reddit user overlaid a whole bunch of the screenshots from the destination of Nessus. And it looked, well, his conclusion in that, and a lot of people in that thread, was that Nessus alone has 20 story missions. So going by that, that was speculation, and this is speculation, if that's true, I mean, 20 story missions alone on Nessus, it means, yeah, we are getting a lot of story. And also, real quick, guys, just to address, you know, guys, I'm all over the place when I make my news videos, no script. When everyone was freaking out about the Voidwalker having blink, relax, folks, relax. They never confirmed no blink. They confirmed no hunter blink. It obviously appears that the Warlock Voidwalker still has blink and still has that annoying HUD removal every time you blink. So I probably won't be blinking in Destiny 2 because I'm so used to just gliding on my Warlock. Now, there's no spoilers or anything in this video, obviously, but they kick off the interview talking about how Vanilla Destiny or Destiny 1 felt like kind of a steady heartbeat, and that Destiny 2 is so action-packed and filled with content or filled with story that it's like someone just went to the gym and their heart is racing. Lots of action, lots of stuff to do. Now, next up, they do focus on the main storyline, which is basically the loss of light. Well, they don't really talk too much about Ghaul, but how the Guardians, how the city, how the humans that live in the city and so forth are all dealing with what happened, and how the characters are changed with regards to losing their light and kind of finding themselves that, hey, we're Guardians, but we lost our light. How do we get it back? But I was definitely getting the vibe that, you know, the characters we used to, Cayde, Ikora, Zavala, they're going to be a little different. You know, this is a big tragic event for all of us within the solar system, the loss of light and so forth. So they kind of talked a little bit about how the characters we know and are familiar with are changed by this, and how, you know, how do different people cope with loss and how do they regain themselves. And they kind of go on a little bit more about how, you know, we're all used to having this light and how everyone's coping with, well, how that light was taken away, and how they're going to fill that void, and how they're going to overcome this. Now, they describe Destiny 1 as kind of being like a foundation, asking a lot of questions, not necessarily answering all them, but more or less setting up the world, setting up a foundation for us. Whereas I think they're going the opposite direction in Destiny 2, where it's not going to be a foundation. Well, it'll be a new foundation because we are getting a hard reset, but they want to tell a complete story. And they talk about how, you know, D1, a foundation, and then the DLCs focused on specific stories, but nothing on the Traveler. And this one is pretty much solely focused on what happened to the Traveler. Now, Jason Harris does stress that they spent a lot of time, I mean a lot, focusing on building these worlds. These are going to be the biggest destinations we've ever seen, particularly the European Dead Zone, and that they're ready to tell the stories of these destinations. That's why we're going to have our main campaign, we're going to have side quests, we're going to have adventures, and those adventures are going to tell the stories of those destinations we're going on. Now, they also mentioned in Destiny 2 that there were certain characters and even certain storylines, you know, in some of the expansions and so forth, that people really gravitated to, that they really listened to the community, they're reading Reddit, they're watching videos and so forth. So in Destiny 2, they're going to be catering to that. You know, our favorite characters, they're going to have their own stories. We know for a fact that, okay, we have our main storyline, but then also Cayde 6, Ikora, Zavala, they're going to have their own little stories. And we know that for a fact, because in a previous video I made, Luke Smith did say that his favorite storyline out of the three is going to be Cayde 6. And you know, Cayde 6, he's hysterical anyway. I can't wait to see what his storyline is going to be. Now, they did play a clip of one of the trailers we've seen before, but you see a Titan go up and he starts talking to Zavala, and Zavala says to him, well, if the light came back to you, maybe there's some hope for all of us. So I have a feeling, I'm just speculating here, that the main storyline is going to be, we as Guardians, we as players, will get our light back and somehow need to spread that back to the main characters that we're used to and other Guardians throughout the solar system. So we get our light back and then we somehow bring it to Ikora, Zavala, Kate 6, and so forth. And they just go on to expand how each of those characters has goals, right? Ikora, Zavala, and Kate 6, they've got goals, and that when we progress through the story, we get entrenched in it because our goals need to align with their goals. I guess that's their way of roping us in to these storylines. Then towards the end, where they get near the clip where I put in the intro, they just kind of talk about how there is just such a wide variety of channels for us to get our story on, okay? And I'm reading it to that as, okay, the same thing. Main storyline, the side things with going on for Ikora, Zavala, and Kate 6, but then also these adventures where we're learning about these new destinations. And I get a feeling those adventures are not going to be just solely about those destinations, but other parts of the story that, you know, we want to know about. And like you said in the beginning, there's going to be a ton of story. Do you guys think, and yes, I do want to hear from the negative Nancys out there, do you guys think they're going to deliver on this? Do you guys think they're going to pack it with story? So that's it, guys. Do me a favor. Make sure you watch the full video in the description, link to IGN. And also tomorrow, keep it locked in here because we're going to be getting a look at the Sentinel Titan, but it looks like a closer look, meaning we're probably going to see all the skill tree perks and so forth and see how it actually works. Anyway, that's it, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do me a favor and drop a like in this video only if you see fit. Follow me on Twitter at Mesa Sean. Check out my stream. Usually, you know, is on YouTube, and that's it. I am out of here like Vladimir.